And today's talk for me is something that has been my lifelong struggle, but also been a lifelong lesson for me. So I'm excited to share this with you guys. Again, can you read what the topic for today is? It's focus on less to achieve more. So I just want to get a feeling of like a pulse of what everyone here is like. Who here has been with Truly Wealthy since the beginning? Okay, mapagani si Jong ato na time, di ba? Di ba? We all make mistakes, Alex. We find the right one eventually. Okay, who's been with Truly Wealthy for 10 years? Or more? Or less? Sila gyapon. 5 years.
Sila gyapon.
Wow, okay. How about, we'll get there. Diba? How about 3 years? Oh, so everyone I'm guessing has been with Truly Wealthy for 2 years or less. Is that correct? Yeah, everyone here today, everyone here today has been with Truly 1 year. So everyone is 1 year or like who's the quote unquote oldest agent? Agent ha? Not by age. By kinsay pinaka first of this group na nag-join.
I think me.
So when was this?
Last year. Last year.
So April. So anniversary ninyo last month. Wow, congrats! Diba? Happy Truly Wealthy birthday to you guys. It's fantastic, diba? And that's normal for all companies that people come, people go, diba? And of course, for our founders who are 13 years into the business, murag, why are they still here? And that's what we're gonna talk about, part of what we're gonna talk about today, all right? If there's one thing that my mom loves to say, or my dad loves to say about my mom, it's this, that she likes to focus, and then focus, and then focus. All right, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me here today. It's honestly a privilege to be surrounded by all of you who are investing in your growth, in business, in the relationships you have. And I hope that all of this focus is leading and built by your purpose. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Danoy. Officially, my name is Arthur Daniel Mejia, or Daniel Mejia. I'm the CEO of Demetrios Pizzeria. This is CDO's trusted pizzeria where young Filipino families make damn good memories. We started this business in 2020, and by God's grace, we have grown to 7 stores, including outside of Cagayan, Marawi, Iligan, Claveria, and most recently in Davao. All right, we are on track in the next 18 months to opening our 8th, 9th, and 10th store. Okay, at the moment, I'm also currently consulting for Truly Wealthy, mainly helping them to create systems and prepare businesses for scaling. Across our business, I also currently lead a team of almost 100 people. I'm also building a commercial leasing project called Regatta Central, while somehow trying to become a scratch golfer and the head of junior golf for Pueblo Golf and Country Club, which has taught me that golf is actually just a very expensive way to become humble. Kay sige ra kog bayad sa pusta nila. Okay, I'm married to my beautiful wife Maxine, father to our son Pablo, and we're also expecting our daughter this July. Diba? So yes, kalma ra kay akong life, peaceful ra gud kay akong life, di ba? Di ba? Actually, when I was invited to speak and I picked the topic of focus, I found it ironic because my life currently feels like 47 tabs sa akong computer na naka-open. Walay naka-close tanan. Di ba? I'm into pizza, real estate, consulting, construction, golf, meetings, a toddler, my pregnant wife. And somehow, in between all of that, usahay, malimtan pag nakuasa ng bilin ang yabi sa auto. So when people say the secret to success is focus, 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 magtanaw gani kog Netflix, dili na ko kaya mag-Netflix without checking my phone. Di ko kahuman og episode. Diba? Is that you also? No, the older I get, the more I realize something important. Focus is not about doing only one thing. I'll say that again. Focus is not about only doing one thing. Focus is about knowing what truly matters most and having the courage to say no to everything else. Today, I want to share 3 things that have helped me change the way I think about focus, success, and achievement. So I want you to write these three things down if you can. If you want, you can write 1 thing. It doesn't matter. As long as at least you take away 1 thing today. First of all, I want to begin with purpose. I want you to learn to begin with purpose. Second, I want you to remember that good is the enemy of great. And third, focus creates multiplication. Where you focus, that's what will grow. So this is not focus, by the way. Focus is being able to know what truly matters and being able to say no to what you think is important. But when you realize it, you understand that, oh, it's not that important pala. So the first thing is what? Begin with purpose. Can you say that to the person on your left and right? Begin with purpose. Para saan ka nagbabangon? Diba? So I believe true focus starts with purpose. Because if you don't know why you're doing something, eventually you lose the strength to continue doing it. One of the biggest problems today is not lack of opportunity. Kung listings lang, daghan kay listings. Kung clients lang, daghan kay clients. Kung kwarta lang, daghan kay kwarta. Di na nato iingon asagi ka ng kwarta kung project pa na or dili. Pero daghan kay kwarta. Di ba? Everything looks good. Everything looks so exciting. Daghan kay tag mga pre-selling and mga for resale na mga projects. Everything also feels urgent. Gahapon, nakita ko kang Mitch, nag-post na po about somewhere in Nazareth, nagwapo na property. Message na ko diretso, asa man Mitch? Update kayo mo post, pagpangutana, sus, di pa man dekla. Incomplete sentence man ang property sa Nazareth, di ba? So I want you to understand this, and this is a truth for everybody. Not everything is for you. And that's by God's design, no? When God wants to give you something, it's because He does not want to put a snake in a child's hand. He wants to make sure that what He allows you to have, you can be a good steward of it. And if He doesn't allow you to have it, it's not for you. It's for your protection. Alright? Personally, my convictions and purpose are deeply anchored in my relationship with Christ. My faith on a daily basis, whether it's a winning day or a losing day, my faith reminds me that success is not about money, status, or achievement. It's about stewardship. I just heard this interesting story from Alex about a client who was already threatened in life because na-issue sa real estate deal. And ang iyang tubag is, sige, patinahan ko kay total, mamatay magyapon tatanan. Diba? It sounds funny, but it also tells me about that person's outlook in life. That we really have to understand that what we have right now, that phone, that cup of coffee, that laptop, the clothes we're wearing, the clients we have, the relationships we can enjoy, we are simply stewards. Nothing is truly ours because God is the ultimate maker. Right? And when we talk about purpose, if you want to find your true purpose in life, you have to ask the person that made you. And that's why for me, we have to begin with purpose. We have to understand, why am I here? Why am I joining Truly Wealthy? Why is the name even Truly Wealthy? Diba? We were having this discussion on our values. We're revisiting that. And one of the things we asked is, what does it truly mean to be truly wealthy? And one of those values we realized is that wealth is a mindset. We have to understand that when you say you're truly wealthy, naitao na pobre kaayo, but they feel like the world is their oyster because in their mind, walay scarcity. They feel like everything is coming from a God who can provide all things needed. Does anyone here have only one pair of shoes? And obviously, that's a dumb question, right? More realistic question. Does anyone here have less than 5 shoes?
Yes.
Pilang Havaianas or slippers, ha? Okay? You have less than 5 shoes?
No.
Oh, exactly, right? And yet, how many pairs of feet do you have? Not 2, 1 pair. 1 pair, di ba? So why do you need 5 pairs? Di ba?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And yet, on the contrast, the person na dato kaayo, grabe yung pagkapit sa iyang money because he has a scarcity mindset. And so he may be rich, but without a wealth mindset, he feels like, if I don't hold on to this, it's going to be lost forever. Which, in reality, you know, there's that story about this really rich man who was super attached to his money, and he said, oh, when I die, I want all of my riches buried with me, tanan gold. So on his deathbed, iyang ipasulod sa coffin, and right before they closed the coffin, the wife said, ipagawa sa tanan, iyang gisulatan og cheque, iyang utang sulod sa iyang husband. Di ba?
Yeah.
Di ba? Iya pwede nang in cash sa heaven. Di ba?
Nice move.
Pero sa ngalan siyang bana, para may makakawat sa cheque. Kaya kung i-cash niya, di ba, di pwede. So again, my faith determines my purpose. It reminds me again that success is not just about money, status, or achievement. It's about knowing that we are stewards. Ang gihatag sa imong Ginoo, He doesn't want you to fear losing it. He wants you to be brave in using it for His purpose as the steward. Amen? It's about impact. It's about becoming the kind of person God has created you to be. Because without purpose, no matter what achievement, no matter how many times I see you on this wonderful performance board, you will still feel empty. Yes, I achieved April. Pila to, imong gi-achieve, Rubilin?
17.
Oh, 17. 17. Wala na ba? 17. Wow. Pila yung na-achieve last year?
Wala.
Oh, from 0 to 17 million. That's what I'm saying is we have to change the way we think. Na wealth is a mindset. Like, wow, 17 million. I've been waiting to meet you for the last 6 weeks because every meeting na mo sa TWR that I joined them with on Tuesday, imong ngalan mo sa kagid kay top performing, di ba? Pero you know, I also don't fault you for thinking like that right now because you've only been less than a year into the truly wealthy mindset. Now, the culture at Truly Wealthy is that day one pa lang, you have to understand that wealth really comes from your understanding. Your purpose is not to become rich. The Lord has made us wealthy already. What we're here to do is figure out, what does He want me to do next? What does He want me to do next? Diba? Kaya even if you guys go to China, pagbalik niyo sa China, may
Kapoy Miss China.
Kapoy's China, bakasyon sa ako. Diba? I need a vacation for my vacation. Exactly. Diba? We'll finish off the quarter with 195, maybe 200 million. We'll feel great about it, and then next, nanapotay, next quarter na po na target. Diba? And that's the reality of sales, guys, is we will keep increasing because of, what do you call that, Jong? Because of inflation, because targets get higher, because, you know, this is the nature of sales. We cannot go down because we are growing. Right? Ang problema is, if you don't have intentional growth, if you don't have purpose, you will find out later that you grew into something that dili day ka happy. So, para saan ka nagbabangon? Right? You can make money and still feel lost. You can grow fast and still feel anxious. You can become successful publicly while quietly falling apart privately. Again, purpose gives us direction to focus. And recently, I want to tell you guys a story. No? I had an interview for 2 candidates for a marketing position. More or less same. Medyo 30-ish ang mga women. In fact, interesting because they both On their personal side, they had like murag problem with the husband, nagbulag, and so they're looking for a way to look for their own kanang makaprovide sila for their child, di ba? So one comes, the other comes later, and I just want to quickly share with you so I don't lose my thought. Yes, good morning. Hi. Good morning. So let me recap. Both were intelligent. Both had experience in marketing. Both had similar backgrounds. But you know, one of them stood out immediately. Because when I asked her, why? Again, purpose. Now, why do you want this job? She said, sir, I want stability. I want growth. I want to build something that will last long term. So for me, when I heard that, I loved it because there was clarity, there was purpose. When I asked the other candidate the same question, and again, same silag situation more or less, right? Again, ingon is, well, you know, I need a job, sir. And when I heard that, more like 15 minutes ra among interview. And I quietly thanked her for her time and she was on her way. The choice between the first and the second candidate became clear. No? One had purpose. The other just wants a job. Skills can be trained. If TWR is your choice, they will train you how to be the best, how to be truly wealthy. Experience can be learned. Imagine if you went from 0 to 17 million in less than 1 year. Imagine where you will be 3 years from now. But see, purpose changes how people work. Purpose changes how people endure hardship. Because it's one thing to go 0 and up. That's how I felt when we first said, oh, all we need to do is sell 20 pizzas on the first month of Demetrius. I said, 20 pizzas a day and we can pay na for the sweldo and the electricity and makaroll ng money, di ba? Dabi pagka 20th day na mo kay 1,000 pizza na mo nabaligya. Wow, di ba? So high, man. Wala lang ko inani na board, di ba? I wish may nakabutang best pizza salesman. Wala. Pero, you know, cash-wise, happy ko, di ba? You're on a high. The question is, when that drops, when you're down na from the dopamine hit, how do you endure that hardship? It's through purpose that you will endure. It's through purpose that you will grow. So again, when your purpose is clear, your decisions become clearer. No? When you know why, we can now move on to what. We can now move on to when. We can now move on to where. We can now move on to how. But you always start with your purpose. So that's the first thing. What was the first point? We said, begin with purpose. Can you say that again? Begin with purpose. So quick lang, 1 minute thought before we get to the second point. Quiet your brains. Inhale. What is my purpose? Exhale. If you don't know the answer to that right now, it's okay. The fact that you're starting to mentally think about that, you will start to manifest what truly your purpose is. When you start focusing on that, now it becomes intentional that, oh, if I don't know my purpose yet, I'm going to find that out. Don't move forward yet. Focus on what is my purpose. The second thing is, good is the enemy of great. Bad is not the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of great. Can you say that to the person on your left and right? Good is the enemy of great. So this particular message, it really changed my life. No? Good is the enemy of great. It's not bad, it's not failure, it's not weakness, it's good. In Bisaya, unsa may word or phrase for good?
Okay lang. Bautan.
Okay lang? Sakto na? Pwede na. Right? That's-
Pwede na, it's the best.
Actually, I don't think there is a direct English translation
Or besides-
for pwede na.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very Filipino term, ang pwede na. Is there in English?
Yep.
Good enough?
Yeah, just
Good enough. Yeah. Pero I think when we say it as Filipinos, murag,
It's like pwede is different.
yeah. It's just like asking, oh, kumusta ka? Okay lang. Di ba? Okay lang. Most of the time, that means not good. Di ba? See, most people think that when they fail, it's because they chose terrible things. They fail because they filled their lives with too many good things. Good opportunities, good ideas, good businesses, good side hustles, good invitations, good distractions. But here's the thing. If you fill your life with everything good, every time you say yes to something, pwede na, we may be saying no to something great. Kaya imagine, hatag ko cup. I'll get another cup. Pwede na ni. Pwede na na. Pwede na. And your hand becomes so filled with all the good things. Pwede na things. These are the listings na pwede na. These are my clients na pwede na. Kay ga-reply man sila. Magpa-site tour man sila. Pwede na. And then here comes a client that's really serious, that's really gonna buy. And yet, di na ko ka-entertain kay daghan na kay ko geek. Diba?
Yep.
So there's no more space na for that great client, diba? It's harder to say no than to say yes. But success happens when you learn how to say no to the good things to make room for the great things. No? And as you grow your relationships, as you filter out your winning blueprint of 50, 20, 10, 5, all the way to 3 until you close. Ma-learn ninyo that, again, what did I say at the beginning? Not everything is for you. Not all clients are for you. Not all sales are for you. And that's okay. Because we have to understand that focus requires sacrifice. One of the hardest leadership skills isn't learning what not to do. One of the hardest leadership skills is learning what not to do. Basin through your journey, enjoy na kay kag cold call, sige kag follow up, may na kay ka. Pero pagka site tour kay murag kapoy naman, bored naman ko. Di ba? And yet we know that in our winning blueprint, if you don't do that part, if we don't develop that skill, how will you close? Di ba? And so you tell yourself, pero pwede naman na, kay I'm good naman at cold call. May na kay ko mag-message every day na ako'y kape, na cafe. Instead of mag-jeep ako padulong sa client, pag-abot sa client, mag-grab pa me, pagbalik, baklay na po, init kayo. Dili ba pwede ipalit na lang, walay site tour? No, that doesn't work. The winning blueprint has proven that site tours work. Di ba? So sometimes the reason we are stuck is not because we lack talent. It's because we lack elimination. We keep adding without subtracting, and eventually our energy becomes divided. So again, remember that I said we have good. What is the only logical way for me to get something great? If I'm holding on to everything that's good or pwede na. Huh? Right. No, you don't need to be a genius to understand that concept, and yet why is it hard for us to do that as part of our habit, as part of how we do things? Can I share my idea why? I think it's because it has not yet become a habit for most people that on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, a monthly basis, on a regular time frame, na iset gid mo sa imong self, that you ask yourself, number 1, what's my purpose again? And number 2, if I'm going to do the things that I put on my calendar today, is it related to my purpose? Because anything that's related to your purpose, anything that's related to what you have deeper as your motivation, those things need to get done. But anything that's like, nakaschedule naman good, pero when you realize it's not that important, you have to learn how to say no. And we don't like to say no as Filipino people. No? In fact, yung tagkaon ta, balag ginagmay ratong kaon. And yeah, we don't know how to say no to those things anymore. But if we don't learn that skill, you will never move on to the next stage. Let's say you want to go on from 0 to 17 million. 17 million in the next year, how much do you think you'll sell for yourself?
When I joined, technically only like one house.
That's
because I'm not really into like...
Yeah, 0 to 1, right? No, I'm not asking about what you thought about before. Now that you've reached that goal, what's the next goal?
100.
100 million. Not 1 billion?
No.
Okay. That's good. That's great. No? Some people will say 1 billion. Some people will say 100 million. Some people will say 1 more million. And whatever it is growth. Diba? But what got you to 17 million is not gonna get you to 100 million. There are things you are doing at the moment, there are things I am doing at the moment that will not get me from 7 stores to 30 stores by 2030. There are things that TWR is doing at the moment that we are changing because we realize that we want to get from 20 agents, 30 agents, to that 1,000 truly wealthy agents that we're talking about. Right? You have to remember that you can do anything. You can do anything.
Yep.
But not everything.
Yes.
The people who achieve extraordinary things are often just the most focused. Sometimes saying no is actually an act of faith. No? In the last 3 months, I have gone through 5 different business projects. Things that at the moment I was excited. Wow, this is the next big thing for me. One of them included a tech company, another one included construction, another one included being a business partner for an existing business that had to do with a children's playground. And I explored them all. And then when I came up to resurface to assess if they're all great opportunities, guess what? They were all good opportunities. And so I've said no to them because I believe I'm here today speaking to you because this is part of my purpose. My purpose is to be a steward of the gift of teaching. I believe that that's why God has put me on this earth. No? Those other opportunities, pwede na ba sila? They're good. But at the end of the day, the ROI for it, for me, what I believe because of my faith is, it's good, but it's not great. And so that's what we need to learn how to continuously do, guys. It takes practice to do that. You trust that by letting go of something good, you now create space for something greater. Sometimes kailangan na before God allows something really great to come in, you really have to empty out your space. Dili pwede na kada na lang nimo refill sa imong kape, gamay na lang ang imong ibawas and then sige na kag-refill. Di ba? Di ba? Di kita good time ana. So again, good is the enemy of great. That means I want you to remember being able to say no to the good to make space for the great. What was our first thing we said? Begin with purpose. Second is, good is the enemy of great. Now for the third point, and we're coming to a close, most people think if I do more things, if I sell to more clients, I will make more sales. To some extent, there is truth in that. But the third point I want you to to learn today is that focus creates multiplication. Or in short, my business coach told me, where you focus, that will grow. Where your focus is, that will grow. In reality, focus will create that multiplication because scattered energy produces scattered results. No? When we came up with this idea of having resale and pre-selling as our focus for TWR, for this quarter, for the next 90 days, what are we going to focus on? Everything else is a bonus. Pero as a team, we want to focus on just this one thing right now. Diba, daghan kay tagbuhaton, pero right now, this is the most urgent and important. And I want to share with you guys a very simple, very simple matrix that I teach to all of my leaders in Demetrios, and something that I personally subscribe to. I don't know if you've seen this matrix. It's called the Eisenhower matrix. Some call it the priorities matrix. There is the things that are urgent and not urgent. There are the things that are important, not important. And when we say things are in one of these quadrants, priorities, over time it changes where they will be. Right? So very simple, pinaka-urgent, important. Right? Let's say that you have to come to this meeting and listen to me. Would you say that right now listening to me is important?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes. I hope so.
Yes.
No? Would you say that it's urgent? Yes. Because at the moment, this is the most important thing. But if a fire were to break out right now, would you say, oh, Sir Dan, finish your talk first and then,
No.
and then I'll leave the building? No, right? Suddenly, this now becomes
Not urgent.
not urgent.
Yep.
Important still, because we can do the talk another time, but not urgent. Right? Another example is your water bill. You know it's on the 5th of the month. You receive your water bill every 1st of the month. On the first day, water bill is here. Not urgent, not important. And then suddenly, it's the 4th. Napukoy 24 more hours, di ba? But pagka 5th, na gid na kay maputla na dayon. It now leaves her. We do not want to live a life where our to-do list is here. The most successful people live in this quadrant. 80% of the work they're doing is here. Because the reality of life is, we will never have enough time to do everything. There will always be more things to do than time to do it. How do we now take away what we don't have? When I said we're holding on to things, how do we let go, right? We need to identify first, what are the things here and and say no to this. Ay, nag-message na po ang group chat sa TWR about a funny thing na na-trending. Atong i-click ang link. Uy, nanapoy chika ni gawas. Di ba? That's urgent. Suddenly, it's like, oh, I need to be in the know. Di ba? Not urgent, not important. Oh, nag-schedule mig kape sa mga amiga karon unya. Pero I scheduled this last month pa, pero I have a client that needs to see, pero they're already waiting for me there. If your purpose in life is to be with your friends, then yeah, you should go to the coffee. But if you promised a client also you'll go to a site visit, and you know the site visit is the last step for us to close the sale, right? Say no to not. And if you can, and this is why I believe your unit managers work with you guys on a weekly basis to meet with you, as much as possible, use Google Calendar so that you can move almost everything here to here. That's the goal. How many of you use Google Calendar, by the way? Yes? Do you use it for your meetings? Yes?
My daily activity.
That's right. It should be, if not Google Calendar, some sort of calendar that reminds you. I am the worst person at double booking. That's why I depend on my calendar, because otherwise I will forget how many things I have committed to. But you heard my list of what's on my schedule, the things I'm doing, and yet why am I spending 2 hours here in Intalio Estates? Magani ko nagpalit og unit diri. It's because this matters to me. Diba? Steph asked me to prepare this more than a month ago when you booked me for this. Diba? It matters to me. It's part of my purpose, and that's why I'm here today. I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I don't feel like I'm spending less time with my wife. I don't feel like I could have played golf because it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday ang schedule. Na waste akong morning. No. There is value in why I'm here today. And I hope when you guys put this monthly learning day in your schedule, don't just put it there because your unit manager told you to be here. If you don't see value, don't come. It's fine. Diba? If you don't see value in learning what they said, like let's say, there was the other thing, a Facebook marketplace, lead generation. If there's one of those, you can politely say, Bayana, I'm sorry, I have another thing to attend to. And they will understand. Right? Especially if site tour imong gi-commit. Di ba? No problem. Basta wala siya aning not important and not urgent and not important and urgent. So again, focus creates multiplication. Where you focus, it will grow. When we focus deeply, when we as Demetrios focus deeply on something special, we said, okay, it's been 3 years. This happened 2024, yes. It's been 3 years of us trying to figure out what's our, who's our target market, what kind of business we have. I'm guessing most of you don't know the story of Demetrios, right? So back in 2020, this is January 30, I just moved into our house na giutang namo. Pagka Feb, bago ra namo bayaran among first amortization, and then March 2020 came, and that's when the pandemic hit, di ba?
Yes.
And I was, at that moment, I was handling another business called Mercedes Bakery. And because all of our stores were in the mall, on that March 15, something, March, whatever that day was, all of my stores were closed. No? I had all this equipment, I had all these people I had to take care of, I had all these utang, all these BIR problems, and yet there was no sales coming in. And so what happened later, 6 months, I said I have to stay focused on making sure that I have a business that can provide for my family. And so wala na gid ko'y kwarta, wala ko'y mautangan, I didn't have good credit at that time. I had all this equipment and I said, what can I do with what I have in order to make the most of it? And so I said, well, pizza, that seems like something that people buy, right? But it had to be not any pizza. It had to be damn good pizza. No, at the time, I had another idol na pizza. Di na to ingon ang name. Basta yellow siya. Diba? And I said, murag mas lami man siguro ako mahimo na pizza. Ni? And in my personal opinion, yes, I was able to achieve that. Right? Using the same exact equipment, we moved it into a little space here in Uptown. By God's grace, I had a relationship with someone who allowed me to use that space for free for the first few months. No? And by the way, I just want to reiterate that that's something we believe in TWR, is that relationships go beyond transactions. We have to understand that we don't just stop at site tour, sign contract, end. If you want to do that, you can go to the other... Di na ako ingin ang realty. Sa nailistahan, diha. Diba? But to be a truly wealthy agent, you have to understand that relationships go beyond transactions. No? Because you never know. Basin this week, tawagan ka na mo palit og Valencia Estate. Out of the blue. That is a true 100% evidence that relationships go beyond the transactions. Imagine, right? And this is in the middle of you finding out your kid is getting sick. Di ba? So parang God is good. Amen? Amen. So anyways, to continue my story, the pizza's there, and at that time, I thought our target market was the millennials. Or, sorry, the Gen Zs. Na may Gen Z diri? Okay lang. Okay. Pagawas na ng Gen Z, please. Joke lang. Diba? Joke lang. So, I thought the Gen Zs were, pero I found out later na kapoy man day kayo mag-entertain sa Gen Z. Kay, igura good ka Instagraman din, move on na po sa next Matcha Cafe. Diba? Ano yung wapag yung kwarta? Diba? Diba? Cannot perform pero maka-japorm. May na-realize na po ba? Oh. In my mind, I thought to compete with the competition, I need to price them lower. I need to, mag-dive ko or ano. So I came up with these promos that in the short term, pricing yourself low will get you short-term sales. But in the end, you will realize that you're just pricing everyone down until you lose the entire market. So we had to reassess because our sales were dropping down. And we said, why do we need to rethink on our own when we can just ask our own target market? And so we did a whole strat plan and we said, let's look at all of our customers. Think about your clients, different profiles, right? You have moms, dads, single people, lolas, lolos. Each one of us here, we were built or we naturally tend to relate to a certain target market. And it's natural when we talk about those things, they're the ones that first reply to us. Because when you tell stories on Facebook or when you're talking to them, makarelate man good sila, right? When you've identified that target market, now you know that this is my audience. This is who I can talk to. This is who will relate to me. Yes, other people will come and go. But this is the audience that I don't only know I will attract, but I actually find joy in serving them. And so for us, when we looked at all of it, all of the people coming after 3 years of the business, we said, okay, we will become the trusted pizzeria where young Filipino families, by young, we mean moms that are aged 25 to 35, for 40, pwede pa ta? Diba? Ako gi-adjust gamay kay Shiki was... Murag, sige, di ba? Basig din ako lakaw in Italy Estates, ani. Okay. We're young Filipino families, and the mothers are actually the target market. With kids 6 to 12 years old, make damn good memories. They're very, very specific market. Right? But for us, from the beginning, it's always been about damn good memories for me. This is what I want people to grow up with, to have nostalgia about. And that happens usually between the ages of 6, when kids are more independent, they can make their choices, they voice out what they want to eat, until 12. Pagka 13, medyo, hindi naman ganun uban kang mamig daddy. Di ba? That's cliquish. That's the yellow brands target market. But before that, we will capture that young Filipino family coming together. So, by doing that, now that we have narrowed down, nato ang, funnel na nato ang atong target market, suddenly everything in the store became clear. Okay, we have to have baby chairs. We have to have activities for kids to do. We have to have sinks that are as tall as the kids. No? We have to be able to have attendants that know how to anticipate the needs of the child and the parent. We have to have an online ordering QR system for dine-in so that parents don't have to leave their kids. All these decisions, yes or no, become clearer when you know your purpose, when you know where to focus on, right? And it just did not slow us down. it actually made us move faster. It made us grow. Not because we did more, but because we became clearer. So our branding improved, our culture improved, our systems improved, our customer experience improved. And even in golf, this is true for me. I've only been playing, after 20 years, I finally found the time to start playing golf. And if you know anything about this sport, every super athlete in the world, after they retire from basketball, tennis, whatever, they all start playing golf. And the goal of golf is to become what they call a scratch golfer. Meaning, wala na yung handicap. Technical lang kayo na. But just to let you know, I have people I've been playing with for they've been playing for 10, 15 years. In the last 1.5 years that I've been playing, I've already gone lower than their handicap. Not to brag, but to tell you that I intentionally put my focus in time. I wake up 5 in the morning, I'm done by about 7 or 8, so that I can be in the office or be with my wife by that time, and then go on with my work. And I do that on a regular basis because I have this goal for myself. I'm intentional with that purpose. Why do I want to do it? It's because I love the sport. Nobody can tell me that's the wrong thing to do. Because at the end of the day, I'm getting shit done at work. I'm making sure my family is provided for. I spend time with them. So, what's there, diba? You have to figure out what your individual purpose is, and that's fine. Now, I used to think improvement simply meant that to improve, I have to get the newest iPhone, or in your case, I have to have the best camera for recording my videos. I need to watch more YouTube videos. I need to try more things. But the biggest improvements actually come when I focus on a few fundamentals repeatedly. Because the more consistent you become at something, the more it will compound. Now, I believe TWR has shared with everyone the winning blueprint. Is that correct? Can anyone tell me what the winning blueprint is? Again?
50-25.
What is 50-50 is?
50
New conversation.
New conversations. 20 is follow-ups. 5 is side tours, and 1 is a closed sale. Diba? The more you keep doing that, the more it becomes less complicated and more second nature. The question is, who are you actually focusing that on? What are the kind of conversations you're trying to start with your target market? So I want you to think. Let's take a quick 1-minute break again and ask yourself, if you think about who actually responds to your messages, majority, I want you to write down on a piece of paper or on your phone, who is my biggest target market? Who am I really attracting to? So I'll give you guys, one minute to think about that. So like I said, where you focus, that will grow. I want you to take an experiment for just 2 weeks lang. Those 50 conversations, instead of randomly picking who you're going to start conversations with, try focusing on more of the same. More of that one type of profile that you have, and find as many people in that profile as you can, the ones you're actually attracting. See if there are better results or not. My hunch, yes, but if not, keep trying. Maybe that's not who you're attracting. Because no matter what, there's no way for you to fail if you keep failing forward. No? It's not about the 99 times you're going to fall. It's that every time you fall, you are going to get yourself back up, right? Do you know that saying na 3 steps forward, 2 steps back is progress? Diba? So just quick lang is like if I need to get there and I take 1, 2, 3, then I have to take 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Diba? I'm going to get there eventually. Diba? And that's what real success looks like. It's not 17 million, 20 million, 50 million, 80 million, 100 million. There will be a quarter where you feel that, right? And that's fine. Because if you are focused, no matter what, if you keep doing consistently what you set out to do, there's no way you won't reach the end. This is true, guys, not just in business. This is the same thing in your marriage, same thing in your leadership, the same thing in faith. What you consistently focus on will grow. Because motion is not always progress. And I want you to listen to this. Sometimes, the biggest flex in today's world, it's not the hustle. It's actually clarity. When you know clearly what you're gonna do today, that's the biggest thing we can hope for. It's wow, okay, relax. And I wasn't joking earlier when I said I'm calm and peaceful. Because despite all those things I said, I know that in a matter of seconds, if I had to choose, if everything has to be cleared out, my number 1 is God. He's above. My number 2 is my wife. No matter what I'm doing, where I am, the only call I will ever take, no matter what I'm doing, is a call from my wife, if not my son. Number 3 would be my work. Diba? Because I have to be a good steward of God's blessings. Before I'm a golfer, before I go to parties, before we go on vacation, no, work comes after my family and God. 4th would be ministry, making sure that the relationships that truly matter to me, those that I'm growing with, that they're there. And everything else is just bonus na for me after that. So clarity is the biggest flex. Not how much you're doing, it's about how clear you are on what it is you want to work on. So final thoughts for today. I want to leave you with these 3 reminders. Again, begin with purpose. Good is the enemy of great. Focus creates multiplication. Maybe the real goal in life is not simply to achieve more. Maybe it's to become more intentional, more aligned, more faithful, more focused on what truly matters. Because at the end of the day, a truly wealthy life is not built by doing everything. It's built by doing the right things well. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Dan, for that amazing talk. Very purposeful talk. So before